What's up, guys? So, for you patrons, we're gonna do a special build. So we talked about this a long time ago when I actually got it in. So we got the mobile Reginlaze, the standard type. So we've had Julietta's and we've had Eox, and now we've got this. We're gonna go ahead and do the unboxing, and then kind of a quick review. Realistically, kind of combine them all because there's not a whole lot going on here. So realistically, we've got a scene happening right here. You've got a Reginlaze right there. Of course, this is P-Bandai. You can tell by the greenness of the box. You got another Reginlaze right there. No telling whose it is. And you got Mobile Suit Reginlaze there. Standard type. Same thing on this side. Repeat of the box art. BandaiHobby.net. Come down here. Reginlaze. Standard type. And you got your warnings there. You know, ages 3, 18, whatever. I don't know why the extra warning is necessary, but it is. So, PP. Little guide there with the toilet. 1,200 yen, not so much, more like double that. So, very quickly, of course, it's upside down. And the artwork, or background images by Saito Yoshinobu, one of my favorite artists. So let's go ahead and unbox this right quick. Should be fairly fast because, well, it's Reginlaze. And right off the bat, it's actually not the color I thought it was. That is clearly the same green as Julietta's. Like, without a doubt. And bags on the floor. So it's gonna all pretty much be the same, minus a couple other things. So we've got the head here, including the commander, the commander fin, shoulder, butt skirts, crotch fins, neck armor, booster packs, other parts of the booster packs, feet, heel spurs, bottom of the head. You got some. Okay, this is different. So this is very brown. So they're replacing the white parts with brown parts. Okay, there's your difference. So we've got the face, or the visor face right there, part of the chin or chest part, arms, quote unquote, feet, legs, chest, part of the bottom of the head. That's the knee guards. There's your hip, your stupid hip thingies. You got thigh armor. All the different armors. You got the feet here, ankle guards, wrist guards, forearm armor right there. I realized that half of that wasn't even on screen. Sorry. Come on. Pick it up. Alright. Big bags on the floor. Standard IBO polycaps. Nothing new there. We've got weapons, pretty much all the exact same weapons. I'm not using these things again. I really hate those. If you remember from my original review, I could not stand the spiky thingies. Now the forearm guards, those are part of it, so we'll put those on there. The rifle, I'm going to glue that together like I did before. Once again, skipping these parts and these parts and those parts. So... And then we have the frame runner, which is, of course, very similar to the grays, so it's actually super easy to put together. And the camera doesn't know what to focus on. There we go. So, you guys know, I like the grays. Reginlaze is not terrible. I did prefer the Eox Reginlaze. That's just your new piece of paper. And because, honestly, there is actually nothing new in here, you just get the Julietta's instructions. So realistically, we're just building this. Actually, I guess I don't need the forearm shield guard thingies. I'll have to look at the images and see if it actually includes it or not. Now, I really wish this one was this faded green color. Might actually end up having to clear coat that original one to see if I can get closer to this color. But yeah, oh, yeah. Wire for the stupid hook gimmick, which I'll show off, but, you know, I really don't like those. And then, of course, obligatory stickers. So we've got the two different visors and the reactors, and then the back of the reactor. So very easy. I'm gonna skip the build montage for this, guys, because it is a Reginlaze. It's like stupid easy. And I mean, realistically, this is not any different than the ones we've seen, but it's P-Bandai kit, so why not? So let's go ahead and skip to the review. Alright, guys, so we've got the new Reginlaze already done, and like I said, I skipped the build montage this time. Yeah, so personally, I think this one sort of suffers from the same things that the Julietta's version did, but I think that is entirely down to the green problem. Because you guys can see right there, really bad nub issues, just like the other one did. It's like no matter what you do, you're going to end up with some nasty nub marks. Now, I think I could probably take some Gundam marker or Panaline marker to it and probably, hide it a little bit better, but, you know, but at least it's not falling apart. So they definitely have improved the mold a little bit somehow since the original Julietta's. So the stuff isn't falling off of it. Nothing is loose. Everything is actually fairly nice and neat. And actually, I put this together really quickly. I think I finished the actual main body minus like the weapons in just 2 hours, if that, and I was laying down most of that time on the couch. So it's actually really easy. Like, I think the grays probably takes me a little bit longer, even though they're very, very similar. Now, I do have a particular issue with this one, and I don't remember if I had this problem before, but right here, this chest part. So you got the cockpit area here, and then this part. This one, it literally just it pops off really, really easy. And like I said, I don't recall if I've had that issue before. No, same amount of pressure on Eox here. And it doesn't pop off. Let's try Julietta's. That one's going to fall over. I can feel it. Nope, same amount of pressure. Didn't fall off. So I'll do the comparison here in a second. But for now, let's keep looking at this guy or girl. So this is the regular, everyday, everybody else's Reginlaze. So non-color specific, non-commander version. So of course we don't have a commander horn here. We don't really have any bold coloring. So you've got the standard green and then this dark IBO brownish gray color. So that is your only difference between this and the Juliettas. And you still use these stupid forearm shield thingies. I don't even know technically what they are. And of course, I omitted using the dumb weapons that came with Julietta's. You do still get the really badly designed multi-rifle here. So and there we go. I knocked things over. So this is still a really stupid design. It doesn't ever fit properly. Like, realistically, the entire gun should just be glued together. I mean, even if you get the option parts set and you swap on that multi-point like grenade launcher thing, or if you just use this one entirely, actually this weapon probably wouldn't look too bad with this figure because of the color. Let's see here. Let's pull this off. I will say this rifle is kind of a pain in the butt. You know what, just to differentiate it in my collection, let's just do this. So let's give this one this weapon. So once again, this is still really loose. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and glue that right now on screen. Let's do it, guys. So let's kick this back here. I mean, eventually, if I even bother painting it, I would glue it together anyways. So let's just do this. So some Tamiya super thin cement inside, and then around the edge here. Alright, which way does that go? I think it goes this way. I'm sure somebody will be yelling at me in the comments, no, it goes the other way! It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. So hold that together for a minute or two. Let that set up. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with this weapon and just insert it into the not so great hands, as we've discussed before. That doesn't even want to go in the hand. Hold on. Let me pull off this forearm bit. There we go. That's a snug fit, though. I will say that. Once it actually goes in, it's a snug fit. That doesn't sound good. I do wish I still had my super glue. I do not have it with me. I have to get that back when I go back to my mom's again. And we'll go ahead and put that on there. And I think that's a much better weapon for this particular Reginlaze. Let's just go with that from now on. That way all my Reginlazes are a little bit different. And I'm finally getting some mileage out of my option parts set. So pull that off to the side. So this rifle, I'll just hold on to it, use it for spares. Or if somebody needs to dual wield, we can always do that. But as previously seen, when we did the EOX Reginlaze, the articulation, the head is pretty limited. You can turn it, you can't really go all the way around. You can turkey neck a little, but this giant extra bit around the head does make it very difficult to move around, unlike the grays that it replaces. Now I would love to just trim off all this excess and just have a very graze-like head. So maybe in the future we can do something like that. The shoulders go all the way around. You don't really get any upward motion here. The armor flip-flops as such, and this will rotate, but I'm not gonna because I don't want it to work loose. Now you got the bicep rotation right there. Single jointed elbow. Then you've got the really strangely designed wrist, so you actually have movement back here, which is so friggin' weird. Then you've got the really strange rocking hand, so it actually moves in a circular motion for no real reason. That's still one of the dumbest designs they've ever done for these hands. And you know, it's like IBO is known for its articulation and stuff like that. These are probably the worst out of any of it. Now, is this going to be one of the worst kits? No, I actually like this one versus the standard Reginlaze and stuff like that. So I'd say this one is not nearly as bad as some of the others have been. Swing that down. And mind you, this is a P-Bandai kit, so basically you're paying a premium for a kit you've already purchased, and I don't mean EOX. So you're basically getting literally Julietta's Reginlaze, but without the white parts. You do get the hips that actually are fairly good, like so. Come forward because there's no front skirt. She can kick herself in the chest. Yay for that. Can't really go back, but who cares? Thigh rotation and double jointed knee. That's pretty limited. Like this is limited very much right here. And then you have one of the dumber ankle joints that I've ever seen. So it pivots up here. And then it pivots down here, so you can really get a jacked up ankle. And then the foot does move on a little bit of a swivel, plus you have the heel spur. So, you know, it still has all the problems that a Reginlaze already has, but it's actually a pretty good looking kit. I like the differentiation. I actually like the darker colors on it. So, but let's bring in... Oh, okay, sorry, forgot about this. And unlike the EOX, you do put on the booster pack for space use, which is also fairly well limited in its articulation, and the nubs are pretty ugly, not gonna lie. And you still have the multiple places for storage if you need ammo clips, so on the butt, on the skirts, on the shoulder pads, wherever you want to put ammo, you can put it. So let's pull her over here, and let's bring in the previous one with the EOX for Reginlaze, so our previous P-Bandai offering. And I still think this is my favorite. Though now that I think about it, if you take all of these parts and swap them onto him, he will be just completely brown. And I might do that just for kicks here in a little while. That might be quite funny. But his, you know, ridiculous railgun probably does actually save this kit. But something about this weird brownish, grayish, yellow and yellow combination, I really do dig it. Set him to the back, and we'll bring in the original most hated Reginlaze. Gotta move back because that gun is so big. The Juliettas. And yeah, it still gives me problems even to this day. So you can see that it is the exact same green. The only thing that makes it look different is the white. So these feet are still wonky. The hips are still really loose. The armor is still very loose. So the original release of this was the one that is probably weakest. And okay, look at this. Even under the lights, this is looking like the proper green, and this is looking different. It shows you the difference in just adding a secondary color and what it can do. And yeah, I skipped using these really, really dumb weapons on the new one. So we'll put Julietta's here. Now, I do look forward to doing the Julia because I think even though it's basically a Reginlaze on the inside, I do believe it's going to be a different enough kit that it shouldn't have a ton of issues in comparison. Oh, there she goes. And look, here's that chest popping off again. It won't even stay. Hold on. Just like I did with the gun. Let's see if I can fix that. You just find a way to balance yourself, stupid. It's like the heel spurs aren't strong enough to hold that one up to keep it from falling over backwards. And this one's chest just won't fall off no matter what. It's like it just doesn't want to fit. So what do? We get out the glue. Might as well fix it. Yeah, just jam it in there and leave it alone for a while. Because, I mean, it's not a... Honestly, the kit itself isn't terrible. Like, the Reginlaze isn't bad, but this one is. This one's good, this one's good, this one's bad. So the normal retail release is the one that actually sucks in comparison. And you know what? I actually want to get... Let's see if I can get Eok up on a minor pedestal here. Raise him up a little. Do a little bit of a group shot here. Actually, he needs to be up a little higher, but I don't know where my... There we go. Much better. So I think that's going to be it for this Reginlaze review, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this. You Patreons really only got to see this. Nobody else has. So, you know, it's something special. I mean, eventually I might actually show it off on the regular. But I like, you know, that I finally got to make use of this weapon because I've had it for months now and just had no real place for it. And I do think it'd be hilarious to swap out some of these parts onto Eox and get just a straight up, like, brown Reginlaze. But I appreciate you guys as always. And remember to stick around for the next review, guys. And remember, as always, keep on building.